Hello and welcome to MSU Inside Out. I'm your host, Alex, and don't worry, our co-host Siri is here. She'll just be taking over news for us today. Be sure to stay tuned. We've got quite a lot for you as usual. But to start off, I'm going to kick it to Siri, who is standing in for Ramon today.
Thanks, Alex. We do miss Ramon so much, but we wish him luck on his track meet, and we wish him a happy birthday, but we got no time for songs. We're going to get straight into these news. For Minot State University's Native American Culture Awareness Center, they will be hosting a silent auction at the Minot State Dome during the Spring Honor Dance and Powwow celebration. The auction will run from Friday, April 26th, starting at 4 p.m. until Saturday, April 27th at 7 p.m. The Minot State campus is invited to attend an end-of-semester celebration in honor of Linda Olson's retirement. Olson has devoted 35 years to Minot State, working in the art department as a department chair, beloved faculty member, mentor, and colleague. Her teaching and artistic vision has inspired countless students and many others. Olson is retiring this spring to continue creating, traveling, and learning. Please join us in celebrating this occasion at the Northwest Arts Center on Friday, April 26th from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Refreshments will be served. The Minot Symphony Orchestra presents their 98th season finale on Saturday, April 27th with musicology, the study of music, at 6 p.m. and music will be at 7 p.m. in MSU's Ann Nicole Nelson Hall. Discovery Set in Stone, a 3-day archaeology conference, will take place at Minot State featuring world-renowned Egyptologist and Minot native Mark Leonard on May 1st through 3rd. Discovery Set in Stone is presented by the MSU Geology Club as part of the Mid-Continent Speaker Series. All sessions are free and open to the public. More information on the event could be found at the Minot State website. So that's a lot going on there, but we wish Ramon good luck too on his track meet.
Oh yeah, gotta congratulate all pro-com students here. And speaking of pro-com students, we will have a lot of new pro-com students coming in this fall, but sadly we'll also be graduating some pro-com students, including senior Marie Audette, who is here with me today. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I'm doing a little senior spotlights for my interviews these last couple shows. So I want to talk to you about like how you got to MSU and your major and how you chose pro-com.
Okay, yeah. So I'm originally from Minot. So graduating from high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do, but I just know I liked art and liked being creative. But I didn't really know what to go into as far as that. But I know I didn't want to leave since I didn't necessarily have a plan. So I decided to stay local, which is why I chose Minot State. And I kind of just took some gen eds and then classes that interested me. And that's kind of how I got into the pro-com department and the art department, and that's how I found multimedia studies. So yeah, it was awesome.
That is awesome. What do you like about multimedia studies?
I think the best part about multimedia studies is the fact that I can do so many different things. I'm like I said, it's like the art department, it's the pro-com department.
Yeah.
I'm working with productions, it's hands-on stuff, but I'm also like designing and creating art in that sense with like graphic designs, but then I also get to do photography. So it's just kind of a little bit of everything, which is something I love. But
so you mentioned earlier that you're doing a lot of art classes this semester. Do you have a certain favorite that you're taking currently?
Probably advanced graphic design, just because, I've had graphic design before, but now it's just like tip-top kind of like trying to get your best pieces for your portfolio. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I took a graphic design class and it was so hard, but also super eye-opening and really fun.
Yes.
So you said with multimedia studies, you kind of get to dip your toes in a little bit of everything. Is that your favorite part, or do you have a specific part of multimedia studies that you like the best?
I guess I don't know. I guess I do like doing a little bit of everything, but I would say my favorite, at least right now, is video. And editing, and I am in a class right now where I just kind of get to work on my own projects, so I've been doing a lot of that, and I get to try out a whole bunch of different fun, video edits and put some projects together. It's great.
That's awesome. So do you have any like favorite pieces of yours so far that maybe you've put in like your portfolio or anything?
I do. So actually this last December I got the privilege to do a wedding video
Oh,
for kind
wow.
of someone I knew in high school, and we kind of just agreed that I'd just try it out to add to my portfolio, and it was absolutely so fun. Like videoing, editing it, like seeing their reaction. It was great. That was definitely probably my favorite
That
thing
does
I've done
sound
so far.
so fun. So, you do graduate. So, do you have any plans after graduation, or are you just kind of seeing where your options are?
I'm kind of seeing where my options are right now. I do plan to stay locally, whether that's find something remote or find some local business to work for. But yeah, so I don't plan on leaving the area anytime soon.
Okay. Do you have any tips or tricks for either incoming pro-com students or seniors, incoming seniors?
I did mention this in my senior portfolio, but I would probably just say like trust the process and going through school and just following like your gut instinct, just because I started here having no idea what I was going to do, but I just kind of went with things that were fun for me, and I tried not to worry too much, and it ended up working out anyways in the end. So yeah, I would just say trust the process.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, Marie. It was great talking to you and catching up.
Yeah.
Well, that is going to be it for our first interview, and we're going to kick it to a quick break, but be sure to stay tuned because we'll be right back with Grant's video.
Thank you to all of our underwriters. Trinity Health is a comprehensive healthcare system based in Minot, North Dakota.
Fiancé, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's music mix.
SRT, offering a number of services including phone, TV, internet, and security.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's rock station.
East End, where the poor is worth so much more, located in downtown Minot.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
Nice Impressions, no job is too big or too small, located in downtown Minot.
MSU Beavers Hockey, online info at msubeavers.com.
Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican food on North Broadway near the airport.
MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment.
Red and Green, MSU's student-run newspaper.
MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs.
Minot Nutrition Addiction, offering healthy smoothies and meal replacements on the go.
H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs.
Bear's Cat Donuts, located on Broadway across from Minot State Campus.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. After a long festival run and a new release on VOD, we're going to check out Grant's movie review on the movie Hundreds of Beavers.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another film review. Today we're going to be talking about the new Mike Cheslick film, Hundreds of Beavers. This is the debut full-length feature from Wisconsin native Mike Cheslick, who I really wasn't familiar with going into this movie whatsoever. The main reason I sort of knew that this movie was around was because of the festival circuits that were going on a couple months ago. I saw tons of reviews from people saying this was one of the funniest movies they've seen in such a long time. So as soon as it hit VOD, I had to check this out, and frankly, I am not disappointed in the slightest. People saying that this is one of the most humorous films of the year is absolutely true. However, I would go a bit further and say this is probably the funniest movie I've seen all decade. The main inspiration behind all of this is obviously like old Looney Tunes, silent film, and the presentation of the film matches this really, really well. It's captured in a black and white environment. There's all sorts of slapstick situations. There's not much dialogue in the film. In fact, I can remember only like 1 or 2 instances where people say anything whatsoever. This movie has such an interesting visual identity, and it runs with it the entire time, and it does it extremely well on top of that. The comedy in this film is so well thought out and timed. There are so many recurring gags that sort of reward you for being an attentive viewer. Even the random sort of nonsensical parts are extremely, extremely rewarding and absolutely hilarious. And besides the humor and the look of the movie, I mean, every other aspect is just really, really fantastic. The score is awesome. The actors all do a fantastic job. All of the chroma keying that's going on in these scenes is super, super astounding. I can't even imagine the intense amount of work that went in to the process of editing this movie. And that's really the main takeaway that I came from watching this film. I was laughing the entire time while it was going, and then after it ended, I was just sort of left super impressed. This was such a small budget, I think $150,000, around like 6 or 7 people in the cast, and yeah, I mean, this is such a wonderful movie and deserves all the money and attention that it can get. I'm so happy to have seen this. I can't wait to watch it again. I recommend you please go see this movie. It's out on VOD right now. You can check it out on Amazon or Apple. I'm going to be giving Hundreds of Beavers a strong, strong, strong 8 out of 10, and honestly, that's just because I've seen it once. I can see myself bumping that up exponentially down the line with subsequent viewings. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
That was a great movie review, Grant. I'm gonna have to give that movie a watch just because, you know, as a Beaver, we gotta support our Beavers. So make sure to check out Hundreds of Beavers. But to move along here, the Northwest Art Center is a great facility here at Minot State University, and they have an event going on right now, but I do have one of the employees there, Sadie Lynn. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you're here. She's actually working an event right now, but first we just want to talk about what got you working into the Northwest Art Center.
Honestly, the people, my mom had taken me to the Art Center a couple times when I was a little bit younger in high school, and I love the space. It's a beautiful space, and Greg is my boss, and he's amazing. He's one of the funniest people I know, but he's also a really good boss. He knows how to organize his employees well.
Yeah, and you are a social media manager for the Northwest Art Center. So did you start off as that, or how did you work up to that and stuff like that?
Yeah, I was actually a gallery assistant before I became the social media manager. So we had a former employee, her name was Sally, who did all the social media work. Mm-hmm. And when she left, there was no one there to take over the social media. So I started kind of slowly doing it until one day I was just kind of gifted the role. Greg was like, okay, you're the social media manager now.
And how is it working, that schedule of just being a social media manager?
It's nice. It's manageable. So we usually try to have like 2 posts at the least go up a week. Mm-hmm. But when we have a lot of stuff going on, we try to have at least 1 post a day going up. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty manageable. We use this thing called Airtable, which is how we keep track of all of our posts.
Okay. And for this event that's going on right now that you're currently working at, but shout out to Northwest Art Center for letting us, Sadie, it's the Linda Whitney event. What can you say about her and just like her artwork in general?
Yeah, she makes incredible mezzotint pieces. So she's a printmaker, and she won Best of Show for Paperworks in 2022. So I love her artwork. It is definitely worth coming to check out. Okay, and just how you're saying worth checking out, what can you say for those? What's like a reason for somebody to go to Northwest Art Center, even though they've never been, or maybe they're haters and say they don't like the artwork? Well, I think you should definitely give it a try. We did have a bunch of exhibitions that go up at least, we try to have at least one once a month. We have some really incredible exhibitions. Like we had Not Stuck in the fall with Peter Sajolski, which was incredible. We had posters that went all the way up the wall. So I would just suggest if you didn't like the exhibition, just go down to the next one. We have some really cool stuff.
Yeah, and you were also part of an exhibition yourself, the jury art show?
Yeah, the juried student show. I submitted artwork and I got one of my pieces in, which was called Charred, which was a piece that I made for the burnt down bowling alley in Harvey that had just recently burnt out. And I took pictures of it and I submitted it and it got in.
Yeah, how was that experience just to see your art, being presented and having other people look at it?
That was actually my second time I've had artwork be in the juried student show. And every time I see my artwork get in, it's just this really joyous feeling knowing that somebody appreciated your artwork and thought it was good enough to be part of a really incredible show.
And what usually inspires you to what inspires you for this artwork that you present and stuff like that?
Well, for that piece in particular, my childhood kind of inspired me because I grew up going to that bowling alley. So seeing it burn down and be left to nothing but rubble and debris, that was kind of my inspiration to just take pictures of everything that remained and just turn it into something that was memorable.
And what's your major, your official major?
Oh, I'm a multimedia major.
Multimedia,
yeah.
And you also do photography though. So what got you into photography specifically?
Well, I had to take Art 180 as a requirement, but the more I did assignments, the more I fell in love with photography and taking pictures specifically of people. Even though my charred piece was a picture of a building, I also love taking pictures of portraits because I love capturing the beauty of people.
Oh, that's so nice. What would your advice be for anyone who wanted to start in photography?
Just do it. I feel like it's a little hard, but it's not that hard. It's just something you have to experiment with and get better over time. So just do it.
And is it an expensive hobby as well?
It is an expensive hobby. Well, it depends. You can get cameras for you can get cheap cameras. It's nice to start off with the cheap camera and then work your way up as you progress with your experience and your skill level.
Yeah, and you're currently a sophomore.
Yep.
Okay, so what's the next 2 years going to look like for you?
Well, I hope to be doing more professional communication stuff. I have almost completed all my art classes, so now I'm just left with the pro-com ones next.
Okay. So Sadie might be in this class next year, actually. So thank you so much, Sadie, for joining me. We're going to kick it to Savannah right now for some Beavers sports news. Hello, Savannah. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Looking at art and stuff. Might check out the Northwest Arts Center.
Yeah, well, we're going to go from art to sports. The Minot State women's golf team heads to the NSIC Conference Championship this weekend, looking to end the regular season on a good note and maybe even earn a bid to nationals. The team is coming off of a great performance at the Augustana Invite, shooting an 89 over 665. JC Jones, in specific, carried the team with a top 10 finish this season, finishing 6th. Moving on to track, the track team had a record-breaking performance this weekend at the Dewey Donat Classic in Aberdeen, South Dakota. Cedra Sadowski ran the 1500 in 4 minutes and 43 seconds, breaking a Minot State Division II record by a 1/6 of a second. The other top performer for the team was our very own Ramon Duran, who won the 400-meter men's hurdles, and Paulette Dominguez winning the women's 5,000-meter. Lastly, the softball team is coming off of a phenomenal weekend with back-to-back doubleheader sweeps on Saturday and Sunday, firstly against Minnesota Crookston and second against Bemidji. The team travels to Duluth to face the Bulldogs in a doubleheader on Thursday, and then to St. Cloud on Friday to face the Huskies in another doubleheader. So the softball team is kind of on fire lately. I'm really excited to see how they end their season.
They're doing the Beavers, the Minot State Beavers, proud, specifically the better Beavers, but not to get into that. They had their senior day on Saturday, and it's always emotional to see, just emotional to see seniors go and celebrate that, but always celebrating their great careers. Thank you, Sav, for those Beaver sports news. We're going to kick it to an underwriter break right now, but don't leave just yet. When we come back, we're going to have some weather and regional sports news.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. We've had lots going on in this show, but for right now, we're going to kick it to Maddie with some weather news.
Thank you, Alex. Well, it's finally felt like it's time to kick on the AC here in Minot, as we had a high of 77 degrees. Currently, it is 72 and partly sunny, but tonight temperatures will cool off a bit, hitting a low of 51 with some rain showers. More on that later, but first, we have the KMSU weather animal of the day, and this here is Scooter from Williston. And you can tell he's really enjoying the sunny weather over there as he's playing with some ladybugs. And over in the western part of the state in Williston, where Scooter is from, it is currently 77 degrees, so a little warmer than it is here in Minot. So thank you, Qdoba, for sponsoring that KMSU weather animal of the day. Now back to the rain that we're going to get tonight. This forecast here is the radar for 7 p.m. 7 to 9 p.m. tonight is around when we're going to get this rain. And it's going to continue all the way through Friday. So be on the lookout for that. Grab an umbrella if you're going to be outside. And moving on to the Papa John's 7-day forecast. Again, we do have some rain showers tonight through tomorrow, and that rain is going to keep the rest of our week pretty cool, with lows down in the 30s, which is a little scary, but the week should be pretty mild. Partly sunny skies in the 50s and 60s throughout the week, and we do have a little more rain on Tuesday. So that's all for the weather today. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Siri, how are you feeling about that warm weather coming in next week?
I'm ready for the sun. I'm ready for the bike rides. I can't say I'm ready for the beach, but, you know, a lake will do maybe.
Yeah, close enough.
That rain, as long as it's not snowing, I am happy. Just know that.
I completely agree. Well, thank you so much, Maddie, for that weather update, and we're now going to kick it to regional sports with Tayton.
Thanks, Alex. A season full of records couldn't have asked for a better start to a playoff run, as the Minot Minotaurs broke yet another record this season. This time for goals in a game, as they thrashed the Austin Bruins in Game 1 of the Central Division semifinals 9-1 last Friday. The Toros built off that offensive outburst, winning Game 2 3-1 on Saturday. Nicholas Kettinen, Ian Spencer, and Nick Swecki had 2 goals apiece in the Game 1 win. The Toros can sweep the series tomorrow night in Austin. Puck drop is at 7:05. The Bismarck Bobcats also took Game 1 of their series versus the Aberdeen Wings in convincing fashion 5-1. Aberdeen would bounce back with a 3-2 overtime win to even the series at 1. That series shifts to Aberdeen with Game 3 Friday and Game 4 on Saturday. Puck drops for both games are set for 7:15. The Minot High baseball team kept their perfect season alive in Grand Forks on Saturday, as they defeated Grand Forks Red River 8-4 and Grand Forks Central 13-5. The Magi also swept Bismarck High on Tuesday in a doubleheader in Bismarck 5-3 and 19-3 respectively. Minot High is also hosting Williston in a doubleheader at Corbett Field this afternoon. Game 1 is already underway, with Game 2 slated to begin around 6:30. The Magi will wrap up a busy week tomorrow, traveling to Bismarck once again for a doubleheader against Bismarck Legacy, beginning at 4:30. And the Minnesota Timberwolves flipped the script on the Phoenix Suns to begin the first round of the NBA playoffs. After Phoenix swept the 3-game regular season series, Minnesota kicked off the series with a 120-95 win in Game 1 on Saturday, following that up with a 105-93 win in Game 2 on Tuesday. The series continues with Game 3 in Phoenix tomorrow night, with tip set for 9:30 p.m. on ESPN. Siri, Alex, as always, our local team's tearing it up both on the field and on the ice. And as a Timberwolves fan myself, I know the Warriors didn't do what you wanted, but it's always nice to see our favorite teams tearing it up out there.
Yeah, I actually went to my first Minotauros game this past Friday. Saw them beating the Bruins, so that was fun. I wish there was like a lot of fighting all the time though, because that's, you know, action on the ice. Nothing's better than men hitting each other on the wall. But thank you so much, Tayden, for the regional sports news. We're going to kick it to our promos for right now, but don't leave just yet. When we come back, me and Alex are going to have a little wrap-up of the show.
Hey!
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out. Siri and I here have a quick little wrap up for you for our show. We've had lots of things going on as usual. News, you did news today. Sports, more sports. We also had 2 interviews. You interviewed a pro-com student.
Oh yeah, Sadie. She's you don't get to see her much because she is multimedia, so she's like jumping back and forth. But it's just I like talking to her about the Northwest Art Center. It just like she's a photographer herself, so I'm bad at photography. So just hearing from her is always nice and fun to hear. And doing the news was fun. Happy birthday, Ramon! If you see this, we will wish you a happy birthday and good luck. And you interviewed Marie.
I did. Marie and I came into the pro-com department at the same time, so it was nice catching up with her since she's not in classes in the pro-com area this semester, so it was really nice catching up.
Yeah. That's all that we have for our MSU Inside Out show today. Make sure to catch us on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Channel 19. I remembered this time. We always want to thank you so much, and make sure to be here next week for our 1 hour special. That's right. 1 hour of all this good content. Make sure to be there, and we will see you next week. Thank you.
I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright.